We really did manage to work well and productively. Our meeting took place in a friendly and business-like atmosphere. It was attended by leaders, heads of government, leading politicians and statesmen from all 11 ASEAN countries, as well as the association's Secretary General. All this clearly demonstrates the genuine interest of both Russia and the countries of Southeast Asia in further developing mutually beneficial cooperation, building on time-honored traditions of friendship and the accumulated experience of a multifaceted and fruitful partnership. The strategic directions for future cooperation between Russia and the ASEAN countries are set out in the Kazan Declaration, which was adopted following the summit. It particularly emphasizes the commitment of all our states to the establishment of a just and democratic multipolar world order, based on the universally recognized principles of international law and the UN Charter. The Russia-ASEAN Action Plan has also been adopted, setting out specific measures to strengthen our country's ties with the association in the fields of politics and security, trade and investment, and culture and humanitarian affairs. I would like to note that during the summit, many constructive ideas and useful practical suggestions were put forward regarding the strengthening of our economic partnership. Participants called for an increase in both the quality and volume of reciprocal trade, an improvement in its structure, and an expansion of mutual capital investment. To this end, it is important to switch to national currencies for financial settlements in commercial transactions, remove remaining trade barriers, and simplify administrative procedures. All our countries have good opportunities to achieve this. This applies to the diversification of trade. Russia proposes to increase exports to ASEAN countries of high value-added products, including fertilizers and medicines. At the same time, we will, of course, continue to supply our Asian friends with much-needed food and energy resources. Our country assists countries in the region with the development of nuclear energy. Rosatom possesses unique technologies for constructing power stations in accordance with the highest safety and environmental standards, and is capable not only of building nuclear power stations, but also of helping to establish a new peaceful nuclear industry from scratch on a turnkey basis, training specialist personnel and sharing experience and knowledge in areas such as nuclear medicine, the application of nuclear technologies in other sectors, including agriculture and so on. Russia and the ASEAN states are doing a great deal to strengthen cooperation in the transport sector. Transcontinental sea and rail freight transport is expanding, new routes are being established, and joint logistics services are being launched. Consultations are held on a regular basis on pressing issues such as the fight against terrorism, drug trafficking, organized crime, and the safe use of digital technologies. We intend to continue jointly promoting cooperation in the field of cybersecurity and information and communication systems. Leading Russian IT companies are sharing their cutting-edge developments with their Asian counterparts in sectors such as data protection, artificial intelligence, smart city technologies, and so on. During the summit, considerable attention was paid to the development of humanitarian exchanges and contacts in the fields of culture, science, sport, and tourism. Russia has a long tradition of assisting the countries of Southeast Asia in training their national personnel. At present, around 5,000 citizens from countries in the region are studying at our higher education institutions, including on state-funded Russian scholarships. Two-way tourist flows are on the rise, driven by regular direct flights between Russia and the ASEAN countries. Last year, the number of Russians visiting resorts in Southeast Asia increased by 37%. The number of tourists from the region visiting our country rose by roughly the same amount, 34%. On many of the issues facing the modern world, our positions are similar or even identical. This applies in particular to the situation regarding Iran. We unanimously welcomed the agreements reached by the Iranian and American sides to end the military conflict and to work on the terms of a future peace agreement. We believe that the fact that the document was signed by the heads of state, Mr. Trump and Mr. Pezeshkian, also gives us reason to hope that this will be a substantive document which will form the basis for future agreements. We expect the situation in the Middle East and the Gulf to stabilise, which will have a positive impact including on global energy and food markets. I would also like to note that Russia will continue to provide every possible support to the ASEAN states in their efforts to maintain peace and stability in Southeast Asia, and more broadly, in establishing a reliable, open and comprehensive system of security and multifaceted cooperation throughout the Eurasian region, and in aligning the various integration processes on the continent taking place within the framework of organizations such as ASEAN, the Eurasian Economic Union, and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.